The lambda max is a substance wavelength of maximum absorbance.
It is important to scan across all wavelengths to identify the absorbance spectrum and determine the correct lambda max.
For example, if you only scan for 600 to 700 nanometers, but the wavelength of maximum absorbance was 440 nanometer, you would miss it and get the incorrect data.
Another reason you would scan across all wavelengths is if multiple substances were within a sample, like this example. The substances could absorb different wavelengths, so it's important to scan across all wavelengths to get the most accurate data and correct lambda max.
Of the Beer-Lambert law is absorbance equals molar absorptivity of the analyte times path length times concentration.
The absorbance value is given by using the spectrophotometer. The path length is the width of the curvette, typically 1 centimeter. The concentration is determined by knowing how much solute was added in the solvent during the setup. If the absorbance is known, you can rearrange the equation.
The molar absorptivity can be determined by a calibration curve if the concentration and maximum absorbance of a substance are known. Concentration would be the x variable of the graph, while absorbance would be the y variable. The molar absorptivity would be the slope of this graph.
The spectrophotometer must be set to 0, otherwise the absorbance and the molarity absorbency would be inaccurate. Setting the machine to 0 means setting the absorbance to 0, so the y-intercept for the calibration curve would start at 0. We prepared our cuvettes for the spectrophotometer. We make sure the solution doesn't go past the 1.0 centimeter line on the side of the cuvette. We're reading the absorbance of the 3 different solutions: colorless, yellow dye, and blue dye. Another cuvette is filled with DI water to be used as a blank.
To use a spectrophotometer, we first clean our blank with a chem wipe, then place the blank carefully inside before closing the machine.
Then zero the machine by clicking start. The number on the top left should be 0 or close to 0 as possible.
We scanned and recorded the absorbance of our 3 solutions. Make sure to wipe the cuvettes before placing and also close the spectrophotometer before scanning and after carefully removing the cuvette.
Our solutions can safely be disposed in the sink. All the cuvettes and beakers are washed and placed back in their proper place before the lab ends.